A very, very warm good evening. This is Arnav Chaudhary. You are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot, and it is a Thursday. It is March the 6th, 2025. And those of you who follow social media might have heard it. The All India Football Federation, a little while ago, confirmed after Marcus Nagalau had put out a little bit of rumor on X or Twitter, as we want to call it. Therefore, I've put on this, and therefore I've also changed the graphic next to me. Sunil Chhetri is set to make a comeback for the Indian national team in March, in a couple of weeks. And yeah, great news, I feel. And let's talk about it and other things in Indian football as well. And those of you watching now, watching it later, if you like what you're hearing, what you're seeing, our discussion, do leave a like behind. Do share the content with other people as well. And if you want to come back regularly, do subscribe to the channel Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias as well. Visit arunfoot.com. And yeah, we're at 2,329 at the moment. Thank you very much, everybody. And let's talk about things. Good evening, Gear on Rare. Good evening, Anurag. Yes, that's a pleasant surprise. Hi, Blue, Captain Leader, Legend, comeback. Yeah, guys, I mean, I've been saying this for a while. Maybe I even knew, so to me, it's something that I'm not surprised, but let's go through the squad. Some interesting choices, and let's speak about them. Sunil, of course, is one of them, but there are others as well. So let's speak about them. Amrinder Singh, Gurmeet Singh, Vishal Khet, the keeper. So Gurpreet Singh Sandhu out. Gurmeet Singh comes in. That is already an interesting one. Amongst the defenders, Ashish Rai, Boris Singh, Sana Singh, Valpuya, Mehtab Singh, Rahul Beke, Roshan Naurem, Sandesh Jingan, Shubhashish Bose. Means Anwar Ali is not in the squad. Amongst the midfielders, Ashik Kurunian, Ayush Chhetri, Brandon Fernandez, Bryson Fernandez, Jeekson Singh, Apuya, Liston Colasso, Mahesh Naurem, Suresh Wangjam. So Bryson makes the cut, and I think Ashik Kurunian is, to me, the big surprise in this mix. And in forwards, Sunil Chhetri, Farooq Chaudhary, Irfan Yadwad, Lalinzwala Changte, and Manveer Singh. So that's the 26-player squad that Manolo has announced. And I quote Manolo Marquez, "The qualification for the Asian Cup is very crucial for us. Given the importance of the tournament and the matches ahead, I discussed with Sunil Chhetri about making a comeback to strengthen the national team. He agreed, and so we have included him in the squad." That's it. And yeah, simple as that. Shomo says, surprised not to see David in the squad, only Indian natural poacher playing at top level. Shomo, even Oscar Bruzon didn't think against Arkadak yesterday. So therefore, I don't know if that's the player that will take us forward. 26-man squad is ready for the initial window, but not happy with Dixon's selection. Shomollo, there are a few which we can talk about, and we'll sing. Hi Karam, nice outing for Punjab FC youngsters. Yes, Punjab FC winning 3-1 at Hyderabad FC. Good game. I saw I-League 2014 game between East Bengal FC and Namdar FC in AFC Challenge League, where Namdar scored 1 goal and struggled over and still win the game. Okay. But Namdari FC didn't. Are you sure it was Namdari? Yeah. Okay. Same here, says Shomo to Shomollo, Makath and David deserve call. Kurunyan is very unexpected too. Yep, Ashik, I think. But I think Ashik is something that gives a little bit of an option to Manolo. I think that's the whole point of looking at who can I make use. People and X complaining about David, Vishnu, Edmund, Blue, David and Vishnu for sure. Not an option. Edmund is coming back. Has been problem. Let's see. Playing 90 minutes for international game is different, but that morale boosting element is crazy with his inclusion. Anurag, 100%. Interestingly, I put out a tweet, quoting Marcus a little while back, and interestingly, is that that tweet was even liked by Sunil's dad, Bakharga uncle. I think we have to look at reality. I think we can't live in La La Land and dream world. And to me, sorry, I mean, the day that players like David and Vishnu are considered for the national team, we can shut down the team. Seriously, we don't need to play a national team. We can shut down the team because that is not international level. Sorry to say that. I think East Bengal yesterday also got exposed a number of players, who you thought can do this. And again, Vishnu physically, what, he was bodied yesterday by the Turkmen players. Do you think P. Vishnu has the capabilities of playing even better and stronger teams at international? It's not going to happen. And David, yes, is a real goal poacher, no doubt about it. But I saw him in the derby, and he had no chance against Alberto and against Tom Alfred, right? And I saw his movements. He was very, very clearly not capable of doing that. If you want David to become a national team player, then David has to maybe look at what Sunil has done over the years. And that's something. What will you say about the squad? Doesn't it clearly indicate 3-5-2 play style formation to obvious? I don't think so. I think it's a 4-2-3-1. It could be a 3-5-2. It could be a, I think the question is, Manolo, it could be a 3-4-3 even potentially, right? Manolo is gonna, or a 4-3-3 more to me. So let's wait and see. Why don't we try at least consider one of the several I-League strikers? Because they're not good enough. When finally will people realize that there are players who can play international? In my opinion, again, it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. As I always say, that's my opinion. There are players who can play international football, and there are players who I think cannot play international football, and that needs to be understood. If that's not understood, then what are we talking about, right? And we have to live in reality. Again, we can live in La La Land. We love to live in La La Land in Indian football. I think yesterday, once more, was a proof of that. But but if you wanna really do the right things, that's the thing. Very happy to see Gurpreet Singh Sanders dropped, much needed. I don't agree to that, but it's up to as I said, it's up to the coach. And now the other three, goalkeeping to me is a worrying sign. Goalkeeping, yeah. Sunil most probably came out for March because I-League clubs are not leaving La Biaknia and Edmund. Shivam, are you comparing these two to Sunil, and that is the reason why Sunil has come out of retirement? Shivam, think twice about that. Right? So that is my thing. That if you want to think that Sunil has come in or whatever, Manolo's looked at his options. And I think Manolo would be worried looking at his options. Sunil Chhetri has been the best Indian striker in this ongoing ISL season. by far. It's not. Tell me an Indian striker who has had the impact, has had the minutes to come close. Jackson is such a questionable guy this time. His recent form and complete touch has been an issue for a while. Yeah, Girondre. As I said, Jackson is one, but again, we can talk about a few, but let's see. Shiva missed some good chances in last two games. Vishnu, look at the way he tries to play the passes, timing of passes, movements of dropping in, dropping out, and the physical aspect. I saw him against Mumbai City where Yoel Fanif just needed to use his body. I mean, even I could do that to get PV Vishnu out of position, and he wouldn't get past me. And I'm not the youngest. These players don't have what we saw yesterday was very, very shocking with a lot of Indian players, and even national team players, is that we lack game intelligence. That is, I think, the biggest thing that we need to talk about, that game intelligence missing. As much as I'm happy for him to return somewhere, I think we should have focused more on working on a strategy, built a new replacement sooner by Sridhan as consultant or some impact role. Sumit, what is as a consultant or impact role? Either you are part of the national team as a player or you are out of it. And the reality is, this is on Igor Stimac. Igor Stimac in 2023, when he was playing the Tri-Nation, when he was playing Intercontinental Cup, didn't give other players an opportunity, right? He didn't. And therefore, he wanted to win those tournaments and wanted to boast. And therefore, we don't have an alternative. And therefore, today, we are hearing on March the 6th that Sunil Chhetri is out as back as an Indian squad player. I think Ayush Dev Chhetri is a good inclusion. He was brilliant to adopt as cam from CDM position. Shivam, I agree. And again, he's one of those players besides Bryson, who Manolo is working in day out. Therefore, I remember first time I saw him live was for Aizawl FC. And he's come quite a way. And could be an interesting one. Could be a very, very interesting one. People saying Sunil Chhetri took away David's spot. Blue. Let them say that. And this shows ignorance. If anyone says that, that person doesn't understand football or Indian football, right? Finally, Gurpreet dropped. Yeah. Again, Mahesh, some will say that. I will not say that. Zoravar says, shameful moment of Indian football that a player who's 40 years old has to return from retirement, has to save Indian football. Bangladeshis are laughing there out in Facebook. Zoravar, there are two sides to the story. On one side, I agree with you that it is shameful for Indian football. But on the other side, it is a question of what is the reality of Indian football. If you or I or anyone else likes it or not, the reality is we do not have an option B at the moment outside of Sunil Chhetri. And I've always said that this is a conversation in the interest of Indian football in the short to mid-term. That if Sunil wants to do it, I would welcome it. And I said this 3 months ago. I said that in December. I remember someone said to me, oh, you're raising a very tricky topic. And I've spoken to someone last month about it, right? And I know that message has reached Sunil. So I know that Sunil has also a duty towards Indian football. This is also about his own legacy. He's risking it. But Sunil is a player that we need at this moment. We need him if we like it or not. Bangladeshis are certainly going to be sad because they were happy that Sunil had taken retire. Of course, they have been happy. Sunil Chhetri adds a dimension which we don't have. It's mentality, it is professionalism, and a positive mood will be now in the camp. Soon, international media will report this, and with the hate Indians are getting in social media, will lead to global ridicule. So, Ravar, it's Indian football. Who cares in international media about us? Nobody cares. And the hate Indians are getting, again, if we've spoken about it on this channel a little bit in the last few days, most of it is, I guess, the Indians are themselves to blame. But this is not I was speaking to someone in the afternoon. I said, listen, this is not the first time and the last time that an aging player has come out of retirement. This happened around the world. That star players, I just say last year, ahead of the Euros, Toni Kroos decided to come back for Germany. Messi has retired, Maradona has retired, other star players have retired and come out of retirement. Of course, the age is a factor, but I also say a 40-year-old Lothar Matthäus who's playing for Germany. So it is the reality. If you, I, or anyone else likes it or not, we don't have a striker at the moment. We do not have a striker who can even guarantee us anything which is a goal. And the chances, the opportunities, the likelihood of that is much, much, much higher with Sunil being on the field. And that is it, right? That we need to enhance our chances to try to get to the Asian Cup. Right? Happy to see Neil back on national duty, but feel sad at the same time. This is the real situation we're in. Yes, Ginger Lim. Again, that's the point. On one side, the Indian football heart in me is very, very happy because, and the other side, the realist in me knows. And I, again, guys, don't want to be full of myself. But I said this 3 months ago, with a lot of things that I say, and that happens afterwards. Because this is the reality. If I like it or not, we do not have an option B. None of the strikers are strikers, right? Hi, Rushabh, welcome back. Sir, I should cheat winners getting AFC 2 spot. Super Cup will get AFC Challenge League qualifiers. Then what is need of ISL Cup and top 6 system ISL? Isn't it around the ISL Cup winner need to play knockout Super Cup to get an AFC Challenge League qualifier? No. Kiran Ray, then you have not understood the system of the league system in India. Sorry to say that very, very clearly. The idea of continental qualification is always that the first spot goes to the league winner and the second spot goes to the cup winner. That's the case around the world. If you have a third spot, theoretically, most likely, it will go to the second team in the league. The ISL Cup is there. And again, I was someone in 2014 who was not a fan of the ISL Cup. But the ISL Cup is something which you need in regard to getting people interested in Indian football. Right? Some of the craziest games, some of the biggest interest games have happened in the last 11 years in the ISL playoffs. You will not remember league games, but you will remember playoff games. And that's, if I like it or not, I think, and by now I do like it, that it is something that is needed in Indian context. How many minutes do you think he's going to get? Pranjal, if Sunil wants to play, Sunil will play 90 minutes. Sunil has proven at BFC that he's a 90-minute player. Sunil Chhetri did the best he could and his form is really good. Anubal, he's, as I said, is the best, we've had and we have. I think Manolo will love to prepare Irfan on the shadow of Sunil. Sure, if that happens, great. I think Irfan Yadwat is someone that can be built, right? So to me, let's see. Need to play knockout Super Cup, get AFC Challenge League qualifiers as each other. Sorry, no Gurpreet big. Icon loan, it's a big one. It's a big one. And yeah, again, let's see. To me, is the national squad announced? Yes, Rushabh, it has been. I'll just read it out again for you guys if you want to. 1 second. There it is. 26-member India squad. Goalkeepers Amrinder Singh, Gurmeet Singh, Vishal Khed. Defenders Ashish Rai, Boris Singh Thangjam, Chingman Sana Singh Khonsam, Valpuya, Mehtab Singh, Rahul Beke, Roshan Singh Naurem, Sandesh Jingan, Shubhashish Bose. Midfielders Ashik Kuronian, Ayush Dev Chhetri, Brandon Fernandez, Bryson Fernandez, Jeekson Singh, Apuya Aralte, Liston Colasio, Mahesh Singh Naurem, Suresh Singh Wanjan. Forwards: Sunil Chhetri, Farooq Chaudhary, Irfan Yadwad, Lalinswala Changte, Manveer Singh. So those are the 26 players that have been called up. And I repeat quickly also what Manolo said. The qualification for the Asian Cup is very crucial for us, given the importance of the tournament and the matches ahead. I discussed with Sunil Chhetri about making a comeback to strengthen the national team. He agreed, so we have included him in the squad. As I said, that was the case, that there was supposed to be a conversation between Manolo and Sunil. Manolo called him up, asked him, spoke to him, and Sunil agreed to it. So yes, the complete list, Pranjal, I just spoke about it. I guess it's better to go to Asian Cup with Sunil, less embarrassing than getting out from Asian Cup. Yeah, Blue. I think that is, to me, that is, that's the reality, right? That's the reality as I think. What do you think about Farooq? Hannibal, I would have picked Rahim Ali. I thought in the last few weeks, Rahim Ali deserved a call up, and yeah, let's wait and see. Hannibal says, let Bangladeshi laugh until the match day. Exactly. That's, yeah. No, David doesn't deserve to win the squad. He has not been regular in his own team. Shivam, he's not even played a 90-minute match in the ISL or even in the I League in the last 2 years, right? I think that is something, either you have the experience or you don't. And this, to me, he doesn't have the experience. I don't know why people are crying. Let him come and help us to qualify. Exactly, Ren. It's let people say what they want. If we live in reality, then if we want to be honest, then Sunil is a player that at this moment in time we need. So therefore, that's the reality. 100 international goals. Here we go. Let's see. Even with Sunil Sir in the squad, we couldn't score a single goal in the last Asian Cup, but yeah, this is the reality. Mahesh, Asian Cup is a different thing than qualifying for the Asian Cup, right? Sunil has been carrying this team on his shoulder for the last 16, 17, 18 years, right? Sir, how Ashik got selected, he has not even played full 90 minutes this season. SKM, it's an interesting one, but I go back that Ashik has something in him which I think no other Indian player has in regard to being someone on that left wing who can go through and create opportunities, chances, also as a potential attacking left back option, which I also don't see in that way, be it with Shubhashish or be it with Roshan. So therefore, I think that's the decision, because I remember in the past, my favorite example is that Ranveer Singh sometimes got called by Bob or by Steven, and he never, he hadn't played properly for 6 months. But they knew when the national team calls in, that this is a player that I can bank on. So therefore I say, and to me, therefore, these are sometimes decisions where a coach has to decide on something that he sees or that he knows about a player. And again, this is Manolo's squad. Manolo has to live with it. Manolo has to get results, and he's taken some big calls. So let's see. This is absolute Estro, said Palash. Okay, but this is just a small patch for a deep wound. How long can Chetri be able to play considering his age? So, Ravar, I think we're talking about the qualifiers till next year, March. I mean, this to me means at the moment, I think Sunil will most probably play another season of football. That means that he will stay at BFC till 2026. That would be my logic. I don't think Sunil is coming out of retirement in March. Yeah, let's see. No AIFF audit till now. Yes, XYZ. Sir, should we encourage this knockout form of Super Cup? Yes, Geron Red, I think so. It's better than this. The cup competitions around the world are mainly knockout formats, right? So therefore, again, better than this group stage, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. ISL Cup should never get the AFC slot. At most, one of the SAF club championships can be awarded to ISL Cup winners. Okay. When was the SAF Club Championship ever held, Palash? Right? I mean, we've never had it. You know, to me, we talk about a league, and yeah, that is something which is a fact, right? I see Irfan as the next Manveer. He'll probably end up being a wing back like Manveer. Let's wait and see. There are others in other parts of the world, in other countries, where strikers have actually played as wingers or even in midfield positions, and then for their countries, they have gone on to play as strikers. So therefore, don't worry. I think Irfan Yadwat, if you see his jump over the last 2.5 years, he was playing I-League 2 at Bangalore United. Before that, in the Goa Pro League, right? So the jump that the boy has had over the last, 2.5 years is just incredible. Sunil is still much more fit than maximum of younger ones in the team, so it's clear his mindset reflects the hunger for success. 100% agree, Girinder. I'll tell you an example. I saw the Indian team train the day before the SAF Championship final in Bangalore 2023. And if I look at training, the one who's putting in the most effort, the one who is giving the most was Sunil Chhetri. So therefore, there is something on that. I was backing Vishal earlier, but when I saw him in Mumbai City FC match, I'm not sure how he's too error prone. Rishabh, I've said that. If he doesn't have Alberto Rodriguez and Tom Alderweireld in front of him, he is like other keepers at the moment. I think he was worse in that Mumbai City game. If Mumbai had lost, they could have thanked their goalkeeper. Right? So, yeah. No Nikhil Pujari. No Hannibal. Seems like the coach has gone with a different approach with other players, right? Ashish Rai and Boris. Boris also making a comeback or, getting into the senior team. I think, that's a good one. Interesting is Udanta didn't get picked. I had discussed Udanta. Let's see. Could have picked P. Vishnu or Mahesh or Ashik? No. If you saw yesterday, East Bengal against Arkadak, Vishnu physically is not there. Again, I would love to play against P. Vishnu, even in an 11-a-side game. You just body him, right? It happens to Mahesh a little bit as well, but Mahesh is a little better, and Ashik is, from a physical standpoint, much stronger than both of these guys. Right? How will a striker develop? Is not allowed to play in his position. Coyle has been playing in front as wing back. Zoravar, that's on the striker. That's on you individually, right? Players play for clubs at certain positions, and then play for other positions in the national team. Surat says, happy to see Sunil Chhetri sir back in national team. U23 update. Rishabh, I don't think we're playing in this window. If I'm not surprised, I haven't heard anything at all about the under-23s. Listed Manveer as winger, Sunil as forward, Irfan as assist. Is this one of those idea? What do you think? Not sure, Mahesh. I see Liston and Changte as wingers, Sunil as forward. Maybe Brandon behind him. I'm not sure. That would be my first at the moment. Women's team are in pot 2 of the qualifiers. Who will get Iran or Myanmar draw is on 21st of this month. Yes, Rushabh. Agree with you there, but having him as player only addresses a short-term goal. What my concern is, what is the long-term plan for Manolo to take benefit from this comeback? So there is no long-term benefit. Your long-term benefit is a national team is always about results. I know that a lot of people around the world, a national team has to develop and evolve. National team coaches don't have the time to develop and evolve a team. Let's be very, very clear on that front, right? That is, to me, is always a big, big problem that national team coaches are supposed to develop this, develop that. And to me, that is the real challenge now. That's the real challenge for Manolo, because Manolo's aim clearly is midterm to qualify for the 2027 and 27 AFC Asian Cup. His aim is to be there in 22 months. That's it. And therefore, you can't talk about what our aims are in 2030 or 2035. We don't know. And again, at the moment, there are not players coming up where I'd say, something will change from the bottom out. I don't know why people are dissing him so much. That man carried India for last 20 years. We're not even a tier 2 team to change and put a young player. Indians, please stay at your place. Yeah, Brendel, very well said. Listing Kolas is a surprising one for me. I don't think so. He's still ready for national team assignment. So far, he struggled a lot in national team, but let's hope he do well this time. Rare, tell me other players who can come into wing positions. Again, if I like it or not, these are, one or two surprises, but otherwise, it is unexpected lines, I would say. Manoj choose the most experienced squad except Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Interesting. Yeah, I said that. He is in March, it's about winning, right? It's now getting a winning momentum. Gotta say, now, you always said Sunil should be back. I thought it was impossible, but what made Sunil come back? Sure, it was all Sunil's decision. XYZ, it was Sunil's decision, but there are friends of Sunil who are friends of Indian football. There are people, it was his decision, but he also has, as I said, he has some duty towards Indian football, to the Indian national team. And the other point is that we should not forget, I feel, is Sunil is enjoying his football at the moment. He's having the best season in, 4, 5, 6 years. So therefore, he's in a good phase. I know he's older, but let's see. Many were expecting Ryan Williams to have taken up Indian citizenship to represent India. Zorawat, I spoke about it a while back. Ryan Williams needs years to get Indian citizenship. How does this come in? Those people, until Ryan Williams has gotten his Indian citizenship, if the AIFF doesn't help, it will take, 5 years, at least 6 years. It's not going to happen overnight. Kids don't know what Ashik Kuruni can do on left wing. Yes, Hannibal. Very, very well. Interesting squad selection, says Adarsh. Jichin did not get selected. Jitin didn't get selected. Yeah. Mike says no Sangwan Bose back. That's another one. So let's see. So who will be centre back with Jingan as Anwar is out? Mahesh? I guess Rahul Beke or even maybe Mehtab Singh. Is it a possibility of second striker combining with Sunil like earlier days of JJ Balwan, because we don't have proper box strikers in any of ISL clubs when we can find a replacement? Really, it could be an option. It could be, again, the question is, what is the coach going to play? Is he going to play if he's going to play a 3-5-2, as some people have mentioned, that makes sense. Is he going to play a 4-2-3-1? Is he going to play a 4-3-3? I think the question is, what is the coach going to play for a system and a formation, right? So therefore, for me, that's going to be the question that Manolo needs to answer, and then accordingly he will hopefully find a replacement. We don't have a natural replacement at the moment. Those players need to grow. I don't think so. Ryan will take up Indian citizenship. Given rare, the question is, has anyone actually spoken to him about it? I wouldn't know that. Our Kerwas is going to ruin. Pradeep, why? I know there are problems. I know there is differences amongst the fans and the management, but I would wish and I would hope that the Blasters continue and somehow or other that this works, right? What would be your starting 11? Oh, Rama, let me digest this squad first, and then let's talk about it. Short term need Chhetri back, good, but long term not a good decision. See, again, Mayank, national team is never about long term. Whatever people say, the next window is what you need to think about. You don't think about what happens in 2 years with the national team, because if we lose this window. If we lose in the next window, Manolo Marquez is under pressure and people will question fire the coach, right? So therefore, this long-term planning with the national team doesn't work. Do you think Bengal FC will let him play? I mean, he's in good form this season, but he's getting old every day. Pranjal, if Sunil wants to play, who is BFC to stop him? If Sunil wants to play, and Sunil would have spoken to Gerard Zaragoza, I'm sure he's going to have spoken with his pal Renedy as well as assistant coach. You know, Renedy is like a older brother to Sunil. You know, to me, and therefore that is something which I would say is something, you know, that makes sense. Would you pick Liston or Jitin? Blue for me, Liston. Jitin MS has not consistently played to a level where I'd say, you know, I've trusted him. I'll be very, very honest. Yeah, if people like, you know, but Liston has bigger potential. Ayush Chhetri, national team, great young talent. Yes, Mark, let's see. Very good, in my opinion, very, very good choice. Every keeper struggled this season, I think, because of football standards going down day by day from Goalkeeping Sandhu to Albino. Okay, happy to see you out of the national team. Mike, this might be a decision which might bite us. Honestly, I think if people like it or not, let's see. What about match dates for our national teams? Suraj, on the 19th, we play the Maldives, and on the 25th, we host Bangladesh in an AFC Asian Cup qualifier. Can you screen share the squad if you can place it next to your face? Okay, let me see if I can do that. Okay, let me. Oops, where did that go? Eh? Screen share. Let me check. Eh? No, where did it go? Unable to get. Sorry. I knew Boris would make it. He's so good, but he goes under the radar a lot, says Aram. Kate lacks composure. He gets rattled in a pressure situation. As a Mohammad supporter, I would agree that he's reaping the best of Rodriguez Aldred combination in front of him. Well, I've seen him 3 times this season. And to me, and to me, he's not able to do what I thought he could do. By the way, your opinion regarding East Bengal match yesterday, I missed the match yesterday. How bad did East Bengal was? I saw some East Bengals crying outside in a viral video. So Ravar, just watch my analysis, which goes on for about 6 minutes, where I talk about the game. Very, very poor performance. In my opinion, a very, very poor performance. You know, and it just wasn't good enough, right? To me, very, very honestly, this was very, very disappointing to see from an East Bengal team, from an East Bengal squad, because this was just not good enough, right? This was bad. Vishal is decent, but just went through the stats. On average, as he has just faced 3.65 shots on target per game compared to Amrindo, has faced 4.91 shots on targeted games. Putiraj, I know some of you know, like the stats. Stats are nice. Stats are supposed to help you to make decisions. But it is also about an understanding of a coach, be it the head coach, be it the assistant coach, be it the goalkeeping coach. Does he fit? Doesn't he fit? And how good is he at that level? That is the challenge of a national team coach over a club coach. And that is something where you need to see. We saw yesterday with East Bengal against Arkadak. Arkadak, just to go back to that earlier question from Zorawar, Arkadak did the basics right yesterday. They didn't do anything fancy. They said, they did the basics right yesterday. Arkadak ensured themselves your game IQ and trust your game intelligence. That is all, that we failed. And that sums it up. As much as I've analyzed Muller following FC Goa, if Changte performing bad at training, he will start Manveer as right wing or even Boris. Okay, Mank. Where did Carol Rassus go wrong? Pradeep, that's it's worth an own show, I guess, to discuss this. The squad didn't work. Coach decision wasn't right. Unrealistic expectations. Let's see. Sunil can try for this, but should give opportunities to youngsters. Gradually, they will play a good game at international level. Okay, Bobby. Many people are sad that David is not in national team and Irfan is there. For me, David is good, but still needs time. Mayank, those who call, again, he's not. No, to me. Is Isaac there? No, Isaac isn't there. I thought Akash Sangwal should be there. Your take? Yeah, I thought so. But the coach has decided to, again, he saw Akash, thought, I'm not going to pull him up. I'm not going to call him up. And decided to call up Ashik because Ashik, he can play in multiple positions. So that's, as I said, that's an interesting choice, but a good one. Anam says Gurmeet is in. Yeah, if I take out the top three of Gurpreet, Amrinder, and Vishal, then Gurmeet to me is the number 3 goalkeeper. No one is dissing Chhetri. Everyone is mad at AIFF for putting Indian football in such a state. So now, I think a lot of people are dissing Sunil Chhetri. Yeah, and if people would understand that our state is in, then people wouldn't be calling for David or Vishnu to be the national team. Sorry, doesn't work for me. I believe Unanta will also be there in Manolo's future plans in national team. Let's see, Mayank. We always saw glimpses of these Indian strikers. They were never consistent. Look at Edmund. We all hyped him so much. It's good for us at the end of our chance for qualifiers are better. Exactly, Rishabh, first. And to me, Edmund is not an out-and-out striker. He, for me, is more of a number 10. So we also need to know which are people, people need to understand. People are behaving as if India doesn't have any league and its national coach to give game time to strikers in international match. Yeah, Anubal. Really disappointed with Isaac not being in, and Gopi has been mediocre at best except the first 6 games of the season. He looked lethargic a lot of times on the pitch, which was a bigger disappointment. Putunaj can be seen like that. Is Sunil coming back? What's your thought? Sunil is back, has been called up, so therefore for me, it's a good decision. I've said this now for the last 3.5 months. I said it, I think in early December, that I felt that it is the time for Sunil to come back. So therefore, that's a good choice. The only player I don't like getting called up is Bose. He's tried and tested. He or shitty in previous friendlies. Anubal, who was good in the last matches? Yeah, I mean, if that's your logic, then try a new squad. Gopit Singh Sandhu will be shocked. He thought he had quota national team. The way he talked, he was so confident no one can replace him. XYZ. Then you don't know the player and you've got an opinion about things. And I still think this is going to hurt him. If you're picking those 3, you've left out the best one. Whatever people say, to me, that's the best goalkeeper we have at the moment. I see 2 wins coming this FIFA window. Man, I hope so. I wish so. You said about the jump of Irfan Yadwar, but what about the impact? Raj, I would say the impact has been quite good. Tell me a player over the last 2 years who has made the jump from I-League 2 to the ISL, regularly playing, and even making it to the national team. If you look at his positions, in his club even, yeah. I had collected stats of all goalkeepers. It was Albino who had the most heat at goal this whole season. He was the key to Khalid to win playoffs, honestly. That was face shots, same as OFC. Okay. Any updates on Maldives match? Mahesh, I've heard nothing. The Bengal AIFF has also said that it's supposed to be happening there. Yeah, but again. Isaac Ralte worked really hard this season. Wish if they could pick him up. Yeah, but again, the coach thought otherwise. He's one. And the other one that I would say is Rahim Ali. Any surprise? Yeah, Murali, as I said, Gurmeet instead of Gurpreet. As you say, surprised, yes. And, Ashik, of course, is surprised. Ayush Chetri is a surprise as well. And of course, yeah, Sunil. I think Sunil, Zaragoza, and Animala must have had contact for a long time. No, Mayank. Why no Jitin? Pranjal, because they're better players, most probably, according to, we are a finished football nation for sure. No Jitin, no Prabhu, no Abhishek Singh, no Isaac, no Edmund, no David, just those same Manvir and Liston. Aditya, name me one of those who've named. One. Right? Who should have been in this squad? One. Right? I don't see any one of them. Right? Liston may not have come off as that impressive this season to others because I think there was major discipline in his game compared to previous season that kind of posed his flair on pitch. Okay, Putiraj. Wait until Gopal Singh villain arc. I hope he comes back better than before. Yeah, let's see on him. Heard FIFA is expanding teams World Cup to more than 70 after 2030. Where does that come from? No, I haven't heard anything. Karawasi went wrong with absence of no-nonsense central defensive material and goalkeeping errors. Okay, Putiraj. As an FC Goa fan, happy for Bryson, Ashcheti, Boris and national team, says Mayank. ISL top scorer says Chhetri, Bryson as a midfielder 7, Shubhashi as defender 6. He had to come back, yeah. 2 Chhetri is a national team, says Mayank. Yes, Sunil and Ayush. Can anyone pin the squad? Okay. I generally have a lot of respect for Upsano, but it's time for him to step down now and give chance to other goalkeepers, to be honest. Okay, Vikrant. We have to admit there is no progress in football, no proper coaching. There were no clubs have proper youth academies. I'm watching in football in 1986. Yeah, probably very big problem. Despite performing such poor, as you said, it's surprising we conceded just 1 goal. So rather, because Arkadak didn't go all out. I think if they had gone all out, especially in that second half, they could have done more damage to East Bengal, but luckily they didn't. So therefore, I think East Bengal can be very, very happy with that result because it was a very poor performance. And let's wait and see what happens. Right, nearly 50 minutes. I haven't spoken about what we normally speak about, and that is, if you like what you're seeing, what you're hearing, do leave a like behind, share the content with others as well. And we are at 23 likes so far. Thank you very much. And if you want to come back for regular updates, do subscribe to the channel. We're at 2,333. So thank you very much to all of you. And do watch the shorter videos that I make on a regular basis. Did a somewhat of a general analysis of the East Bengal game. I'm really disappointed, to say the least. But that's the reality of East Bengal at the moment. Okveche plus Manolo and Hyderabad FC. Sunil plus Manolo. Yeah, that's in the national team rank. Why did you get the youngest scorer today, or am I wrong? Yeah, Pranjal, we did in Mohammed Shami. In your opinion, what do these Indian strikers need to do to get more game time as a number 9? Rishabh, uh, um, they need to push their coaches to at least think about them as options as number 9. Playing an Indian number 9 is like a desperate measure. So to me, they need to push their coaches to give them opportunities. And that is where I think the real problem lies at the moment. Why no Anwar Ali? Is he got injured? Yes, Bobby is currently injured. And again, Anwar Ali, since making the switch, hasn't had a good season. People are seeing Sunil doesn't make any difference as he couldn't make against Afghanistan. They forgot we didn't win after he retired. Yeah, Blue. Let the others speak. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu have very good PR. That's why he got so many chances from last couple of years. Shomo, might be your opinion, but to me is the others are not better. The other goalkeepers are all a downgrade at international level. Right? If you ask me, Amrinder, Vishal and Gurmeet, yeah. Sunil will have to score more goals up front than we concede at the back. Right? Just a thought, but I think Manu is very practical. He gives chances to those guys who can bring points for national team. Could be, yeah. May sound harsh, but Irfan Yadwad wouldn't even made it to the first 11 of the likes of Mohun Bagan, Supergiant, FC Goa, Northeast United FC. Not sure. I think he would be a candidate if he's given a chance in those clubs. Why does every manager have so much trust on Manvir and Liston every single time? I think they got enough chance to prove themselves, and now they should test other players for the betterment now. Vikrant, because the others aren't better. Tell me a player who's better than these guys. As bad as they might be, let's see. Hi, Oinit. Is this squad for 3 matches, Maldives, Bangladesh, and Hong Kong? Why Hong Kong? This match is only for Maldives and Bangladesh. Hong Kong is in June. Unfortunately, I disagree with you. Rahim Ali, for me, is not a national team player. So bad at hitting on target. Poor 1-1 player right back this year. Did you not watch him yesterday? Exactly the points you're saying he did well yesterday. Imagine also a player playing for a country who could easily over ranking. And it's not a reality, so at the moment, makes no sense to talk about it. Hi, Ochut. Team looks decent on paper. Just a little surprised to find no Gurpreet. Same here, but I should get a chance in the first 11. Yeah, he will have to prove himself. If appearances is all that matters, likes of Danish Farooq have been a regular guy was having progressed from I-League. But he's not been a regular, right? He's only come in after, the Blasters couldn't figure out their central defensive midfield position. Hong Kong game is in June. We must, if you change the answers, and likely Anu will be back in June. Let's see, Rishabh. Relegation will start in 14-16 clubs. I still no idea. I mean, do we have an ISL next season? I think that should be the question. Putting all the experience and thoughts of future aside, it would be great to watch every minute of Chhetri's playtime in this March window. Yeah, Shumat, very well said. Anwar is out for 6-7 months. Oh, who's confirmed that? Is that coming out? Typical Central Asian performance from Arkadak. FC got the goal early and then just played comfortably for East Bengal. The attacks lacked the quality to shake opponents like Arkadak. Exactly. Very well analyzed. Will you be there in Shillong now that Chhetri is coming out of retirement? Aram, I still have plans for Shillong, but I'm traveling to India in about 10-11 days time, but I'm not sure if I can make it to Shillong. I will be certainly in India, so let me see what I can do. But I would love to be in Shillong and watch the national team play and support the team. That's what I would love to do. So let's see if I can get across. This is first time Manol handling an international team. He's just playing safe, didn't expect much changes, and he didn't also think that same players might start, which were regularly starting. Yeah, RSC game, I think no national. You have to think it from that perspective. A national team coach either gambles, and it could backfire badly, right? But if I want to gamble, I need to have options. What are his options? I wouldn't be able to tell you what his other options are. A guy named Shami, yeah, Mohammed Shami Pranjal, exactly is the guy who scored today. I think Jackson shouldn't be there. Thapa or Yasser should be there. As last, I think Mohammed Yasir has been more injured than fit. That's a problem. Thapa also, again, Jackson also hasn't been. Again, it's a question of what you do. That's why Ayush has been called up. Yeah, interesting. I've seen some leagues, they have 10 teams, but those 10 teams have the same quality and matches equally. But when it comes to longer leagues, you see difference. Okay. Hi, Sunil Chhetri is back. Yes, we've been talking about it. Yeah. Zarawa says East Bengal management absolute clowns who paid 34 crores for such an injury-prone player with so many injuries. I see Anwar fading off in a few years. Zarawa, I don't even give him years. I think there are issues with the player, health-wise and fitness-wise. It's already going downhill. Sadly, but that's the reality. As per my opinion, observation, Irfan had a hunger in his belly to fight. Those who say he can't make first 11 in top 16, then who will play for national team for that? I respect Owen and Chennai FC. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Oyonit, the squad list is out. Okay, once more to mention the squad list. 1 second. 26 players that Manolo has called up. Amrinder Singh, Gurmeet Singh, Vishal Keth, Ashish Rai, Boris Singh Thangjam, Chingmansana Singh, Valpuya, Mehtab Singh, Rahul Beke, Roshan Naurem, Sandesh Jing, and Shubhashish Bose. Midfielders Ashik Kurunian, Ayush Dev Chhetri, Brandon Fernandes, Bryson Fernandes, Jackson Singh, Apuya Ralte, Liston Colasso, Mahesh Naurem, and Suresh Wangjam. While forwards Sunil Chhetri, Farooq Chaudhary, Irfan Yadwad, Lalinzola Chante, and Manveer Singh. 26 players that Manolo has called up. What's your opinion on a player like Rahim Ali? Lacks confidence, yesterday missed an open goal. SCT, it's not lack of confidence. I thought that he played well. I think he played well, So, yeah. I did watch Rahim Ali yesterday, but he still doesn't match the list, at least for me. Again, that's where we can disagree, but I've been watching this player since his younger days in youth national teams and looking at also that international experience. I think that is something that players need to have. And yeah. Jackson and Ashik, who can't even make it to the starting 11 at club level, getting into the squad was most surprising for me. Putia for Jackson, Isaac David for Ashik maybe could have been considered. Yeah, again, I don't agree on that, but yeah, that's the opinion. I think Manolo might try a few from the reserve bench against Maldives and against Bangladesh. A full strength squad will be fielded. I don't even think that he is going to try the reserve bench. I think he will try and put out a best possible, best possible squad because he doesn't have a settled squad. I think. It's not Mohammed Shami. Mohammed Shami is a fast bowler. His name is Singa Mayum Shami. Yeah, but Pranjal, he also has a Mohammed somewhere in his name. I think we'll also see a few new faces for the June international match as Manolo will have time with the squad and will work full time for AIFF. Okay. Hi, Harry. Good to see you back. I think we should think about developing new striker rather than bringing back out legend from retirement. I think we don't have options. I think if we want to qualify for the Asian Cup, yeah. What do you think the issues with Anwar? Health and fitness. Yeah. No Pandita feeling sad. Pranjal, he's not played, So there's no option on that one. June window scored more on merit than on reputation. Sure. Yeah. What define merit? Define merit. Because then sorry, this merit talk is the biggest BS that I always hear. Because merit, you will think someone deserves to be there on merit when you think you understand and know. I will say something else. The third person will say something else. And the coach will have to decide, So, yeah. Your thoughts about who's going to be back for me, Sana and Sandesh, centre back, Beke and Bose as side backs. I don't see Rahul Beke as a right back. I think Rahul Beke and Sandesh are more of my combination. Shubhashish Bose on the left, maybe even Ashik. I'm not sure. I've got this hunch if he picks Ashik, Ashik might be an option as left back, looking at an attacking left back. And then the question is right back. It's an interesting one. Ashish Rai, Boris, or Valpuya. We've got three options in there. Will you think Dimitris is becoming very angry and make Indian players scolding and Indian players are not able to make a good partnership? He may need to change behavior. He's scolding everybody, Sachin, so he needs to generally change. Sunil Chhetri is back. Yes, Mayank, he is. Instagram deserves to be in squad. I said, Ritik, you might think that X player might be, deserving. I might think Y player deserving, and next person will say Z player. Yeah. Do you think Albino should make at least a squad for some moments yesterday? Match felt like Albino versus Udisha FC. No, SCT, I don't. Look at his track record and then you'll see. After they play for Mohun and East Bengal, the name you have taken, remember other play for low mid-table clubs. Okay, feeling really bad for Ishan Pandit. If he had game time, God knows, maybe he will be in this list today. Yeah, but again, injuries and all. Do you think Diamantakos deserves to stay in East Bengal? Zoravar, I think if I'm right, he's got another year's contract, but I don't think East Bengal should keep him because I think, so therefore for me, no. I think I will kiss him out. I think him, also Saul Crespo to me yesterday proved, no, it's not good enough. Why Ashik selected Rohit? Because I think the coach wants players, in multipolar positions, and I think Ashik is one of the few that on the left side can give you that, right? Ashik has a certain level of potential, yeah. Isaac and Jitin should have been there. They are the most informed wingers and miles above any Indian winger in league. Jitin already has experience in squad earlier. How do you see it? Totally disagree, Harry. I mean, what form? What form are we talking about with these two players? Jitin has been on and off. He's even been on the bench. So Jitin played well at the start of the season, had a terrible phase after being called up for the national team, had okay matches and then gone on and off. So no, I don't think. I think that decision is right. And Isaac, I would have liked to have seen him, but looking at the squad, looking at the options, I like the idea of Ashik being in there as an option of in multi positions and pushing him up. So therefore, for me, it's an interesting one because Ashik has that pedigree, has that experience on his side. Of course, he's not played many minutes this season, but yeah, we can try as well. Strike, I think it's got some goals in I League. So Ritik, I League striker. I don't even see an ISL striker playing for us, right? Pandita, what happened to him? Like he played in good club academy in Spain. What spoiled him? I really want to know. Oynit, he played in Spain, yes, but I don't know where you get that good club academy from, lower level, and injuries and wrong choices in club. In India, merit is a joke. Zoravar, the point is merit is a nice thing. The job of a national team coach, and I remember having worked with the Indian national team, Stephen used to say that, Bob used to say that as well. You have to identify players who can play at international level. I remember Bob, there was one player in Bob's time who used to be always one of the best players in the I League in those days, and Bob never picked the player. And I once asked him, said, why are you not picking that guy? He says, listen, that guy is not capable of playing international football. I tried him twice, and I don't see him playing. So therefore, yeah. So therefore, that is the advantage of Manolo is this season is he's coaching a squad. He's picked certain players. I'm a little surprised, but I think Manolo also has to be very, very careful that he doesn't pick too many players from FC Goa, because Akash Sangwan and Udanta could have been also options for the national team. But that's the thing about merit, and picking the right players. So your post on X about Meghalaya government football plan, stadium and all. Are they going to build a proper football? That's the plan, Rushabh, from what I have read. Not only in that, but I've read something else. I think Meghalaya is working on plans of building a proper 40,000-seater stadium. Yes. And on top of all of that, right, if you see what Football News India has put out in that tweet, which I've quoted. 1 second, let me take out that tweet. Where is that tweet from? 732 crores, the Mark Khanu football complex with a 40,000-seater capacity, grassroots development, 25 new artificial turfs, 140 grassroots centers, grants to local clubs. CM's football mission allocated 10 crores to boot football initiatives. Major projects like Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium, PS Sangma Sports Complex, Patti Stadium, and Indo Stadium nearing completion. So therefore, and that's, to me, that's very, very impressive, to say the least, that a state government is willing to do those things, right? So therefore, that's good. Didn't know that Irfan Yadav was gone. Yes, unable. Is Nikhil Pujari injured? City, not that I know. What's the reason for Ashik's selection? As I said, I think he's an option. He's an interesting option. He's a different kind of player. Bose cannot play as a left back in back four. He's slower than referee. His positioning is poor. He always needs some cover like Roshan. Only position he can play is left centre back and back five. Do you see it's happening, or Roshan? As I said, it's either Bose or Roshan or maybe Ashik. So let's wait and see what happens. Do you think it's the best we can put on field? Ritik, yes and no. Because yeah, you would have a choice of players. I would have a choice of players. And my choices might not match 100% those of Manolo. But I think 95% of the choices that Manolo has made, I would agree to. One or the other is interesting thoughts, but let's see. Rest everything is fine, but I don't trust Vishal K. I would rather start Amrinder. Yeah, I would say that as well. Especially if you see how Amrinder played yesterday also. That is most probably. Yeah, let's see. Who would be your cam? On it, let this settle down, right? Again, you get a list and then already want to fix and all that stuff. Let's see. We've got a week more of ISL matches. Let that go through, and then we can talk about this on a regular basis. Now, do you see BFC made a terrible mistake to trade Ashik with Praveer Das back then? Yeah, looks like it. Sir, if Jitin is on and off, what about Liston? Again, Liston has been actually quite consistent in his performances, if I like it or not. He might have not scored the most, but I think Liston has had, so that would be it. I think David needs to get more game time for being called in national team. Rohit, I don't think he should be a national team candidate as long as he doesn't physically bulk up and get better. He's being pushed around. Against stronger oppositions, international opposition will push him around. And that's the thing. In my opinion, the runners-up of ISL League table should be given AFC Cup slot knockout matches. Are always 50-50. Undeserving teams like this will once again go to AFC Cup instead of deserving ones like what. So it doesn't matter what your opinion is. Sorry to say that very, very clearly. But I've said this again and again and again and again. First slot, league champions. Second slot, cup winners. Already Manolo showing that he needs result, performance, no nonsense as a reserve, then you will respect it. I like this approach. Yeah, Shayan can be said. Hi, I feel Roshan is the best wing back we have in terms of technical ability, left foot, right foot. Yeah, technical ability, right. But Roshan is too, I remember Zaragoza a few weeks ago had a go at him when he made those mistakes. So that's the other problem. Roshan is not free of mistakes. Good evening, Ishan. Why do you think Portugal has been able to reach the level their potential could be? Could it be the Figo era, the Cristiano era, now the Bruno Fernandes era? Because they're not as good as people think they are. There are better teams. Individual talent, Portugal great. As a team, there are better ones. Sir, your prediction came through. Sunil is back. Very, very much, Ishan. I have to say I'm very, very happy today because I think for Indian football, it's the best that could have happened to us, to be very honest, because there's no striker in this Indian ecosystem who's even close to what Sunil has shown, has achieved, and to me that is something that we have to accept. And to me, Sunil is Sunil. He was, is, and will be a legend in Indian football, and I hope he can turn back the clock a few years. But again, let's see. Do anything but qualify, says Ritik. Looking at the Indian squad selection, you can reaffirm that Monobanga has the best of Indian players across positions. Not just foreigners, but good set of Indian players has made the squad strong. Could be said, but again, there are certain Monobanga players who are not in the squad, right? So you could see it differently as well. I believe in Manolo. I hope we get good results. Sangwan would have been a better pick than Shubhashish to me. Kamal, again, you, I, all of us might have different opinions. The thing is with Sangwan is someone that he sees every day, and he's gone with Shubhashish, with Roshan, and by picking up Ashik Kurunian. And again, someone needs to ask this question, what is the logic behind it? But my logic would be Ashik Kurunian is someone you can play as a left back, a left winger, a left attacker as well. We don't have a player like that, right? So that's the thing. I didn't get why national team should make striker. It's not academy nor arrow program. Blue, exactly. So just let me put on the lights properly here. To me, that's a clear question. Sorry, that's a clear statement, right? I totally agree with your point. To me, the simple things. The national team should be your end product, right? Of any country. The national team is your end product of the best talent that your country at that moment has. And sometimes a coach might say, you know what, I will play this player. I will not play that player. And to me, the national team, in that moment, you need to decide, especially when you have qualifiers. Forget friendly matches. So that's the thing. What do you think about SCRing before AFC match? Ritik, my only hope is that they don't mess it up and we get banned, but I don't know. Let's see. Do we have a football club for Meghalaya in Indian leagues? Of course. Shillong Lajong, I-League club. We've had Rangdajit as well, Royal Wahindo, two former I-League clubs. So yes, we have Shan, at least in Shillong Lajong at the moment, an I-League club, and we've had other teams also in their league in the past. Zorawa says, Erythro, teams like Brazil and Portugal are going down in football. Zorawa, don't underestimate these teams. They have problems, but they still have enough talent. What do you think about the players on ability they get injured quickly, like Saha, Thapa, Jigson, etc.? Well, 40-year-old Sunil hardly gets injured and puts a lot more physical effort than everyone. Harry, Sunil uh, is an exception. So to compare any other Indian player to Sunil Chhetri is unfair on that other player. Sahal, Thapa, Jigson's injuries, some are match injuries, some are training injuries. Sadly, it happens. So therefore, can't be compared. Do you think Mandar Tamane and Johnny Uran influence Conrad Sangma do so much for football? Hannibal, he's been doing that for a while, even before the conversations were on with Northeast United. I'm sure that Mandar especially will have had some influence, and I think there are other people as well, and I hope that something comes of this. But it's a big step, so let's see what happens. Dropping Gopit Singh Sandhu is big news. Yes, Ishan, that is very, very big news for the Indian squad. Is it the final squad? Blue, it looks to me to be a final squad, at least for the Maldives game. He might cut it down to 23 for the Bangladesh qualifier, but this is the overall squad at the moment that Manolo has called up. Dropping Anwar Ali and Jesus is too big, but right decisions, in my opinion. Anwar Ali is injured, Ishan. So I'm not sure if he would have been fit, if he would have been called up, but Anwar has not played well. Inter-Kashi back at the top. Yes, Pranjal, 3-2 win in the end against Namdhari FC. Big win for Inter-Kashi. Important win for Inter-Kashi. Let's see what Church will do in the coming days. Liston is probably the best ball player in Indian footballers. Only problem is that he leaves his brain on bench before going out to play. I don't think he's the best ball player. I think the best ball player to me would be Brandon, if you ask me that way. Did you have any inside information, sir? Anyway, Sunil had to come back the best in play this season by a mile. I did, but again, as you know, as I've said, there are certain things which you hear, which you know, or you might know even more. I, at least, when I am told things in a trusted manner, I will not, I'm not there to make breaking news. Like you saw today that Marcus hinted at something, and as far as I know, the national team squad was not supposed to be announced today, and that was then pushed forward because then the whole social media abuzz, what's going to happen, and then Marcus was breaking news before even the AIFF was doing it. So therefore, yeah, that's it. Sir, hello, sir. How are you? I'm good. Vikram, Sunil, sir is back. Good. But do you see commitment, willingness also coming back in players towards Bharat, towards national team? Vikram, I would love to see that because that's one thing that was missing with the Indian team over the last few matches. So I hope Sunil's comeback, ignites something and this team can perform to that. No update on Maldives match will really going to happen. Mahesh, as far as I know, the match is confirmed. And the Meghalaya FA now saying it's going to happen in Meghalaya, but I've not heard anything. So I'm just waiting for that. At first, I disagree that David can't play a national team, but after your analysis, I deeply watch his gameplay and you are 100% right. He needs physicality unless he will be managed by strong defenders. Shan, and I'm not a defensive player, I would know what to do with a David and with a Vishnu. I'm not a defensive player, but it's just to use your body. And these guys would not stand a chance. That's the problem. Manolo asked Chhetri to come back. Yeah, Shivansh, that's what he's done. Do you think there should be a two-leg playoff cup winners and ISL cup winner? Maybe teams play reserve in cup or knockouts really matter. Teams like can win it, which really reach top 6. No. Harry, the problem is, and I've spoken to this many, many times, I don't know. First spot, league champion. Second spot, cup winner. Think about, let me tell you a theoretical example here in Germany at the moment regarding the cup. Third division, Arminia Bielefeld is in the semi-finals and play Bayer Leverkusen, while Leipzig travel to Stuttgart for the other semi-final. Now, if Arminia Bielefeld beat Leverkusen and beat either Stuttgart or Leipzig, Arminia Bielefeld as a third division club in Germany, dritte Liga club, could play in the UEFA Europa League. So that's the risk of the cup winner. The cup winner doesn't have to be a top team from a country. It gives value to ISL Cup and keep the value of cups until you get third place, replace Croatia and better team. No, ISL Cup winners, I don't think will get a spot. By the way, one is already doing training camp while India hasn't started yet. Pretty much shows which nation is more serious. No, Zoravar, it's not. See, that's the problem. Bangladesh, the league is not running properly. Bangladesh is a country which is not in a good situation, right? Let's make it very, very clear. I didn't say that, but also in an East Bengal perspective, East Bengal beat Mashundara Kings and Nejme from Lebanon last year at the time in war. Mashundara Kings literally has disintegrated. So Javier Cabrera, the national team coach of Bangladesh, who I've luckily met in the past, has to do something to prepare his squad. And interestingly, this squad is training, a big squad, but Hamza Chaudhry and that, forgot the name of the kid who plays in Italy, they will only join around, I think, 18th or 19th of the month, right? So therefore, it's not about seriousness or not. We have a proper league running and we finish on the 12th and Manolo has nearly 2 weeks to prepare, and that's a long time for a March window. Why is there no player from I-League? Doesn't that mean it is a flop? No, Spruce. The I-League is the second tier of Indian football. And I don't see, a player from the I-League really being good enough for the national team. Yeah. Yeah. I remember Amrinder making a glaring mistake last time he started for national team, probably cost us a goal. Yeah, Ochut, but that's the problem. If I'm calling up Amrinder, Vishal and Gurmeet, that's a risk. Ayush Chhetri is still a gamble, in my opinion. Thapa was a safer choice. Ishan, yes and no, because Ayush comes in as number 4. Yeah. So, so therefore, let's wait and see what if he even gets match time. There seems emergency call by bring Sunil Chhetri that tells us how much Manolo trusts his forward. Sunil is still performing better than guys in prime despite being 40. That's true though. What do you think? Harry, I've said that. I've said that 3 months ago that we need to that he's our best striker. He's having this best season in 5-6 years. So therefore the reality is, and I said that 3 months ago, that we need to call back Sunil. I even did a video. When did I do my last video on that topic? 4 days ago. Has the time come for Sunil Chhetri's Indian football national team comeback? 4 days ago I did a video on that, where I asked that question. And so yeah, reality. By dropping Gopis Alexander Manolo through a clear statement, you show potential, you will be picked, but you don't show game, you will be dropped even if you have a big guy in ecosystem. Again, Shayan, maybe you're interpreting a lot into it, maybe you're not, maybe it's something different. Yeah. Instead of Gurmeet Singh, I would have picked Ritik Tiwari so that he could get experience in the national team camp. Ishan, I think Gurmeet is also someone to look at. He's also still young and promising, but Ritik could be someone for the future. Let's see if he, in the next few months, crosses that and actually makes it. Why are you teams can't even compete against youth academy team of European clubs? Does that mean we are on lower position? Thoughts on this? I think, Bruce, it has nothing to do with genetics. It is just that we are, they have a better youth system than we have, right? And Premier League Next Gen Cup, let's not even get to that. But in Germany, 6 spot goes to top in table and 7 one is left for cup winner. Can't we afford to half 50% of our spot to solely cup winner? What can be done so clubs take cups seriously then. Harry, there is nothing that you can do. My point is very simple. Any country in the world, first spot, league champions, second spot, cup winners, right? And if you have more spots, you're lucky. But in this case, as you said, and if there are a lot of countries who have one spot. We don't even have two. We have 1+1. One is the fixed spot for the league winners, and the cup winners is actually in the qualifiers. Before, some people were blaming Sunil Sir Gurpreet and senior players. They were doing politics, but now I know the lack of commitment of new players. Sunil trying harder and harder, but not others. Okay, Vikram. That's how you compare Interkashi with top 5 ISL clubs, assuming they get promoted to us next season. How would they perform compared to Punjab FC? Shumit, let them get promoted first, let them put their squad together, and then we can have a conversation on the topic. At the moment, it is, for me, very, very difficult to comment on something like that because I don't even know are they going to get promoted and what squad are they putting together? Those would be the questions to look at. And then once that is done by Interkashi, we can have a conversation about, can they be better than Punjab FC, or will they do a season like Mohammedan Sporting? I don't know. Let's wait and see. Ravi Hansta, everyone hypes him, but I think he will be vanished from ISL and I-League 2 clubs in coming years. Yeah. Shan. Yeah. Sadly. Right. Neymar in Brazil's squad. Okay. Do you think Apuy deserves to play in European club 230? I don't think he's good. Yeah. I don't know. Who's more serious and has a future, Bangladesh or India? XYZ. For that, I don't know Bangladesh football well enough to know if they have a good future or not. Back then, he introduced the player to Flamengo in Brazil. What happened to him? No idea. How do you see Namdar FC? Nobody expected him to do this good. What things they've done good to be in that position? Harry, this I-League depends on, like the ISL, on the quality of foreigners and then for you to get results. And they have been able to get those results. Big respect to Namdhari because the others have been failing. Gokulan has been failing. Srinidhi has been failing. So therefore, they're up there. In football, from SAF to qualify for Asian Cup, I would say still at this moment, I would still say India compared to Bangladesh. Bangladesh has to prove. Bangladesh has to build. I mean, the thing is, let Hamza Chaudhry arrive. And for us, the good thing is, this is going to be his first match for Bangladesh in an official game. So therefore, better than to play him in June or in September, October, November, which we'll do, of course, in the wait time. But from that point, I think it's a better thing to play now. And I will go tonight to sleep thinking, Sunil back, sounds better. Out of the topic, your opinion about halftime shows in World Cup, so many guys are angry. Blue, the so-called traditionalists, if you or anyone else like it, yeah. Football is also about entertainment these days. That's why I said ISL playoffs. I, as a purist in 2014, 13-14, said ISL should not have playoffs. And I remember we had a long discussion on that with the guys at Reliance. And after the first season, and I was lucky to attend, I felt, there's a value to having that playoffs, right? And therefore, it's part of it. I think they will expand the halftime thingy to about 20 minutes and then have a little longer of a break. Coldplay could be worse. And so I think, it's part and parcel of it. I'm more interested to see the match, but again, it's part and parcel of it. It's part of the marketing of it. It's part of the media, social media things of it, if I like it or not. Any update about relegation? Sumit, Nothing. There is no relegation at the moment being discussed in the ISL. I think the question that should be asked, is there a future of the ISL? Hamza and Famidul, you mean, right? Yeah, Famidul. Yeah, that's the name of that kid. Yeah. At the halftime show, I said that. I think the main problem is no coach dared to put an Indian as number 9. Need to find clinical finisher. It's true. If there is a clinical finisher, an Indian, any coach will put him in there. But there is no one, right? Can Hyderabad FC build next year or a bottom dweller again? Shan, I would hope that they sort themselves out, but it is not easy. They need to find another Manolo kind of character who can build a team. I think Ashik is there for experience, plus he's a big match player. That's my thought, and he can play on that left wing multiple positions. Yeah, but traditions, many are Europeans, only British, especially many memes like I watch Rihanna twerk while my nation losing 2-0. See, XYZ, there have been halftime shows or pre-match shows for the last, I remember I saw Hips Don't Lie from Shakira with Wyclef Jean at the 2006 World Cup final in Berlin. Yeah, I saw that live, right? So we never had a halftime show, we had a pre-match show. So the only change which is happening actually is from a pre-match show, it's becoming a halftime show. So honestly, lack of sporting directors in Indian football in Europe, it's like a must, but here clubs just spot out many decisions like they're going with animation. See, Harry, sporting that it's either head of football, so the sporting director position actually exists. So yeah. Good to see Manolo persisting with Irfan and Farouk. Need to give them time and confidence. I'm fine with Irfan Ishan. Farouk Chaudhary, I am not 100% sure. I would rather pick Prime Ali because he gives me options. They didn't even let him live peaceful life, still pushing all the burdens to him. Sad reality of Indian football. Yeah, gaming. We are nowhere near where we could, should, need, want to be. That's Indian football, no? For you these days. We are nowhere near where we want to be. So that's a reality. Wait, World Cup is gonna have halftime shows now in US because I saw that in a meme, so I didn't believe. Yes, Pranjal. Yes, there was a FIFA announcement on that. If every club in ISL bought quality foreigners, can the league quality improve? Yeah. Actually, some traditional thoughts against that goalkeeper time wasting resulting corner, according to them, it's killing the game. Don't get why people hate every change. Blue, it is the goalkeeping time wasting thing has been a problem for years, and especially I feel here that time wasting has been a big issue. And rather than, what do you do with it? Do you give an indirect free kick? Do you give them a card? Do you do this? Do you do that? And a corner is giving an indirect chance to the opponent, right? So therefore, to me, I think this is a good idea, which should have come in some sort of formal way earlier. Says this new goal, one of those that Arsene Wenger shared and get trolled for. Of course, he didn't make those rules, just complicated them. I'm not sure if this is part of the Arsene Wenger rules, but there were some others that he had worked on, yeah. What do you see in Irfan that you don't see in other strikers like David, Edmund, Rahim, VPS? Irfan has, to me, some level of physicality. He's got height on his side, and he's able to fight off that against foreign strikers, foreign defenders. He's got good speed. And if you give him that chance, he will score. David, to me, is physically not ready. Edmund, to me, is not a number 9. Vikram, weirdly, club and country hasn't been used as a number 9. He's been a winger, so therefore he doesn't come into the mix. And Rahim Ali is someone that I would be, an equivalent that I would like to see also being given a chance. So, yeah. Why Ashik in squad? Jitin should have been there. I don't think Jitin should have been there, Spurs. Ashik is there, as I said multiple times now, gives you options, which, yeah. Bad news for Mohun fans, according to Rev Sports, Molina stays at Mohun for another year. Zoravar, what did Mohun Bagan fans think after their success in this season? He has a 1 year automatic license clause, he was asked. So that has been activated. Will it be correct to say we need to remove 5 years of ego from Indian football and the need of growth? It pushed us even backwards. How do you see? Yeah, most probably. You see, the primary response of a football fan is to cry about everything good or bad. Yeah, Pranjal, that's also a problem. I like the 5 subs rule that got introduced during COVID. I think it allowed fresh decks and also tactical moves. Yeah, I agree to that. Your preferred 11 for national team, Kunal, let's push this for today. I don't want to go into the starting 11 talk at the moment. Let's digest the squad first. Let's let it run through us, and we will talk about it in the coming days. Say they think our number 11 should start and lead, or maybe in the bench, and then as substitute. Your point of view needs to start. I think he needs Sunil. If Sunil is in the squad, Sunil needs to start. I think time wasting of more than 10 seconds should directly result in possession to opponent from center circle. XYZ, that has no value. From a center circle, what's the value? I think Deepak Tangri should be on list instead of Jigson. His passing accuracy improved under Molina. Also, it didn't do too much foul. Gaming. Some will say this, some will say this. Even if we qualify for the group, I don't think we're going to escape the group stages. Let us qualify first, right? Do you see Vikram as a winger rather than a wide forward? He has shown some centre forward capabilities in the past, like Hunter, which is missing. Could he be choice for long term? I don't see him as a central striker. He's not a central striker. He's a more of a winger. Imagine if India gets banned by FIFA before the match as Bangladesh even starts. Zoravar, theoretical possibility, right? By the way, Bayern thrashed Bayer. Yes, Blue, last night was a very, very good night as Bayern Munich fan. 3-0 against Bayer Leverkusen, and it could have been more. Do you think Isaac not getting selected is harsh on Isaac because you said Isaac deserves to be there? XYZ, yeah, but the more I think about it, I like the Ashik inclusion. Because I always say, that is something, is it? Sunil is back. Yes, IS Wala and Bablu's animation says coach would be crazy not to start the guy who scored 12 goals in one ISL season. Yeah, and interesting, Bablu's animation is Sunil's earlier record stood at 11 goals. So this is a new record for Sunil Chhetri, scoring 12 goals in an ISL season. I think yellow card was good rule, but it needed stricter goalkeeper visiting more than 20 minutes to take the ball and then goal kick 56. The yellow card would have been good. No, I don't think so, Harry. You needed something more of a stricter thing because 15-20 seconds is way too long, especially towards the end of a game. So an 8-second thing, we used to have 6 seconds in his hands, right, in the past. So therefore, I think that's a good rule. Let's see how it works out. All right, guys, I slowly want to come to an end on an historic day, I would say, for Indian football, and in which the All India Football Federation officially announced that Sunil Chhetri is coming out of retirement to play for the Indian national team in this March window. I've said this now for the last 3 months. I hoped Sunil would be back. Sunil is now back. And to me, so therefore, let's wait and see what happens. Manolo has announced a squad, interesting squad. A few players are missing, a few new players have come in. But overall, I think the big news is today that Sunil Chhetri is back. Meanwhile, Punjab FC scored a 3-1 win in the Indian Super League, and elsewhere, Interkashi 3-2 winners against Namdari FC and back to the top of the IL League table. I'll be back tomorrow, a little earlier than usual. Not sure if I will do a pre-match show, Blasters versus Mumbai City, or if I'm going to do a watch-along. Let's see what I do. And as I say, please like this video if you liked our conversation today. share it with other people as well, that people can be, part of our conversations, can watch this, can join this as well. And yeah, if you liked what you heard and you're not a member yet, do become a subscriber. We're at 2,335. So once again, thank you very much, everyone. Good night, and I catch you tomorrow.